The impassable litmus test. The question with too many answers for any to be correct. The war with no end. The sickness with no cure. The exception. A home and a prison. An old dream coded in modern condemnation. Autonomy has never been free. There is simply not enough of it to go around. You see, even the holiest of lands can be corrupted, paralyzed by generations past, a stubbornness so human no wall we build could ever break it. We controlled the trigger, but not how our stories will be told. The impassable litmus test. There is always supposed to be an answer. It begs for the binary. But there is no simple solution to an impassable test. She is neglected in her nuance. She is buried beneath rotting borders. There is no calm in her waters. All she has left are the fading fights we have refused to forgive. You are not yet ready to listen. Last week she turned 72 years old. Many of her children are not granted lives that long. The protester and the soldier die side by side, brothers only united in death. Last week she mourned the children taken too soon. Their noble leaders may never know their names, but they died for her. Their differences dissipating in the rubble of her brokenness. She is crying for her children. Her tears staining the seas, only Gomorrah swims in her midst. She is praying for her children. Praying an answer can be found, but you are not yet ready to listen. Next year in Jerusalem, the dream running under our tattooed arms. Is the Jerusalem today the same one we dreamt of? A Jerusalem cut up, scarred by battles of old, tattered by the many claws trying to claim it, a city of the holy marked as a political prop. No lamb's blood on our doors will stop the angels from passing over. He is already here. Don't you see? It is time to stop pretending our dream came true. It is time we listen. Time to relinquish the suffocating threat of destruction, even if you still hear its whispers. Time you see we are no longer the victims. When was the last time you were stopped by the police for no reason? When was the last time you were forced to go through a checkpoint just to get home? She was built on the backs of biblical hope, a hope superseding time itself. I know a spare suitcase sits in your closet, but what if this time we don't have to run? What if this time we do not let our instinctive fear pollute our chosen hope? Our backs ache with the low hum of ancestral trauma. Our necks sore from always looking over our shoulders. We have been conditioned to sleep half awake, taught they will come for us first, or at least soon. They are always coming. So we defend her at all costs. We never turn our aching backs in fear they will strike from behind. We build walls and settlements and checkpoints. It is for our own protection. Our soldiers abuse the innocent, stealing their humanity with one easy motion, a bag over the head, a kick to the stomach. It is for our own protection. A soldier's rifle stands as tall as a Palestinian boy. It is for our own protection. Every house the soldiers passed is left in ruins. It is for our own protection. We starve families because the position of a naval blockade is more pressing. It is for our own protection. It is time you see we are no longer the victims. We are the threat. This does not erase our story. This does not alleviate our pain. This does not negate our generosity, our beauty, our dream. This does not mean we are safe. This does not mean we are the only ones to blame. This does not take away our right to a home, but are they not also deserving of one? This is a story outside the answers given to us. We were once a people of bones, starved from our home, our dignity, an endless exile, an inescapable sentence. We waited so many years for Jerusalem that when we finally had it in our grasp, the grips of power began to loosen our hold on righteousness. The suffocating threat of destruction transforming us into Cain and Abel. We turned our backs on brothers, for every answer we could muster told us they were our enemies. Don't you see? We are no longer the ones trapped behind barbed wire. To those whose homes lay in broken anguish. To the mother whose son was shot for playing ball on the wrong street. To the millions trapped behind barbed wire fences. To the supporters of the imprisoned people, to those who hold incomprehensible hatred in your heart for our mother, our home, I am listening. For a long time, I convinced myself there was nothing to hear. No bias other than my own could be trusted, but here I am. My ears unplugged, my blurred eyes open, stinging with the disappointment of my corrupted haven. Unable to let go of my protective hold on her, I am ready to listen. We will try to listen. Can you do the same? Even through a lifetime of mourning, for we too are reciting a lifelong Kaddish, are you ready to listen? The knots in our back ache the same, the weight of the refugee. The incessant shiver of survival trickles down our spines, how similar we are. My brother, all I ask is to open your blurred eyes. Sorrow falling from your cheeks in oceans, I will wipe your tears. All I ask is that you unplug your ears, muted with inherited hatred. The test is impassable, have you not heard? Bombs and bullets will only break us more. Please, will you listen? We are not our leaders. You are not yours. This is not a pre-written story. Our war need not be endless. How many bullets will it take to suck the last breath of holiness out of this land? Our ever-changing jigsaw puzzle of borders is piercing the soul of Yerushalayim. Her heart may beat regardless of who resides in her midst, but will it matter if the Ner Tamid has gone out? She does not belong to anyone. What if she could belong to everyone? The prospect of peace does not erase your story. Being willing to listen will not bring back the children resting in rubble. It may not mend a single wound, but it may keep our future alive. It may keep the hearts of our children beating, the rhythms of our people molding in harmony with a shared land. There is nothing simple in this story. There is no binary, no one answer, but there is only one mother. So my brothers and sisters, Jews and Palestinians, to next year in Jerusalem.